The Witch Who Came In From the Cold, Book Burners, just two of the titles you can follow at Serial Box, the new digital way of reading or listening to serialized fiction. It's the modern marriage between the ancient art of inventing drama on the page and the very modern approach to writing television series. And here to explain more are one of the co-founders of Serial Box, Molly Barton. Welcome to BK Live.
Thank you. Happy
We're
to
also,
be here.
yes, good. We're happy to have you here. We're also happy to have Joel Derfner. He's the author of Gay Haiku, among other works, and one of the writers on the team. Thanks for being here, Mr.
Thanks
Gay
for
Haiku
having me.
himself. Good.
So Molly, tell us about Serial Box. How did it come
Sure.
about? How does it work?
Spelled with an S.
Sí, with an S
And an
and an I.
Indeed. So Serial Box came about because I worked in traditional publishing on long-form novels, and ebooks seemed like, you know, an exciting development where everyone could carry books around in their pocket on a mobile phone. But I didn't see a big change in terms of more people reading novels than had previously, and I kept thinking, you know, everyone's still finding time for TV. Even more publishing people are watching TV than ever before
I
because
think
the
more
writing's
than
gotten
usual
so
are
great.
watching the TV.
So
So
why?
TV is also better than it's been in a long time.
True. No, the
Yes.
writing has gone way up in terms of
Writing is
quality.
writing.
Yeah. So I kept thinking there must be a better way to fit fiction into everyone's life. So serialized fiction is fiction presented like a TV show over the course of 13 weeks, one episode every Wednesday, written by great writers like Joel, who's a writer on our series Tremontaine. And so you can, as you said, read as an ebook. It takes about 40 minutes to read, or you can listen. So very flexible if you've got a commute that's like part riding the subway, part walking.
Right.
You can toggle back and forth very easily.
So this is one of your works. There, sex, scandal, sword play, and chocolates. So how many are on the team? Because I see that it was created by Ellen, but you're on the writing team.
Let's see, for the Tremontaine team, we have one, two, there are three main writers, and then there are three other writers,
Guest writers,
four guest writers this season. Last season, it was three main writers and 2 or 3 guest writers.
Really?
Something like that.
And it's a prequel. It's created by Ellen Kushner because it's a prequel to one of
her book.
Ellen's novels called
Okay.
Swords Point.
Oh, awesome.
Which was a cult novel in the 80s.
So is it more like akin to, I've totally lost my question. It was in my mind. Is it like Melody should probably be talking right now?
I'm gonna talk
That's
right
why I
now.
need to.
So I was thinking it was going to be
apologize.
just like TV because there were episodes and we had to wait from week to week, and that was a
Yeah.
thing. But it's also
true.
that there's a team of writers collaborating on. Is it all of the pieces have a team, and how did you come to that decision?
Yeah, all of the serials have a team of 4 or 5 writers. And the reason for that is we wanted to be able to move quickly. We wanted, like Game of Thrones, we wanted to be able to come back every year. I know people wish the books would come faster, but the
Yeah.
TV shows come consistently. And so we wanted to be able to bring seasons of Tremontaine, seasons of Book Burners every year, and that's difficult for an individual writer. So
Right.
we built this TV-based model,
Yeah.
and you can wait to read each episode every week. I really like that experience, the
Like
kind of
to
anticipation.
binge or to
Anticipation.
just to do the serial thing, like, or binge on it when it's done. as
Some
you
people
do.
are waiting until
Yeah.
the end of a season and then
just
binging read through. But I love the experience. I think it's one of the most fun things about television is that experience, like from week to week, of
anticipation.
talking about it with other people who
Yeah.
are watching, and that's
Absolutely. Do you feel
Another,
like... No, please.
okay, another way in which this is like TV, and this was so interesting, and it actually, I didn't understand this really at first, and so it was a little bit difficult to get used to, but some TV shows are sort of monster of the week. Buffy, each week it's sort of a self-contained thing
Right.
in this world that
X-Files.
exists, right? And some TV shows are more like Downton Abbey. It's like there's this sort of story that's woven through, and the Serial Box serials have some of both. The Tremontaine, which is the series I'm working on, is more of the Downton Abbey stripe. Bookburners, which I think was the first one you released, is more of the Monster of the Week type.
The X-Files. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my question earlier that I completely lost.
Oh, good. Well, we came back around.
Well, right, because I didn't know if it was more in the sort of telenovela line where there's this one phenomenal story and then they ride off into the sunset, or she stops being ugly and then it's done, or if it was like a Downton Abbey where there is like year after year and we go and delve into different things. So there's a mix of both.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
There's a mix of both, yeah.
Very cool.
How many stories are you guys working on right now?
Right now, as you can see on our site, there are 5. And sorry, we're on our 5th. We're on our 4th, about to launch our 5th. The one that's out right now is called Whitehall.
It's fabulous.
Ooh.
Fabulous.
Oh, good. It's set in the court of King Charles II, and the main character is Catherine of Braganza from Portugal. And Queens, the borough, is actually named after Catherine.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea.
After her as a queen or
Yes,
after
yeah.
Catherine?
After Catherine the Queen, yeah.
So she was Catherine the Queen, so they named the borough Queens?
Yes.
So we could be living in Catherine, New York instead of Queens? Not that you'd want to live in Queens, but...
How dare
I'm just saying, as I'm sitting here in the
In
one
Brooklyn.
Ryan
two
does not speak for all of us, New York.
for all the Brooklynites.
So yeah, so Whitehall's out now. The 2nd season of Bookburners, which is our kind of Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets X-Files, is out right now. And coming soon is a series called Remade, which is a post-apocalyptic teenagers set 1,000 years in the future.
Ooh,
Come back to Earth.
Post-apocalyptic stories. Was Serial the podcast a big inspiration for you guys?
We were delighted when Serial the podcast became so popular because we were already working on some of the serials that we have out
they were
in the
paving
early
the way.
stages. And we kept saying to each other, oh, this is so great because now we don't have to explain what we mean by serial storytelling. Because not everyone is aware of, Dickens and these writers from long ago who
So
were serializing.
I belong to a book club, and there's always
You
one
should read.
guy.
You should read this.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Do people have like clubs or
Sure,
do this?
yeah.
Because Rick is the only one who listens to every book on tape while we all read. So
Right.
what would you suggest as something that all of us can pull a Rick to?
Sure.
And listen
Well, I
as a
would check out
club?
Bookburners because you've got 2 seasons to go. You can start with the first one and rip through it, and the second one's out right now.
All right.
I, of course, would suggest Tremontaine.
Yes. Well,
Tell us about
a little
Tremontaine.
inside interest.
Tremontaine. So Alan
chocolate.
Kushner wrote this novel in the '80s that was just so groundbreaking because basically it was this sort of fantasy novel without fantasy, like without magic, but this, all sorts of intrigue and sword fighting and stuff like that, politics, backstabbing. And one of the things that was so amazing about it was that all the characters were basically bi. And the world,
Sexual.
yes.
Okay.
And the ones who weren't bi were gay.
Yeah.
And in that world,
That's
that was
a lot of drama.
well, no. See, that's the thing. It was just
the
it
norm.
was
The way it is.
the way everybody was.
Cool.
The way everybody in the world was.
Kinsey.
And what was the question?
We distracted you with everyone's bi.
Right.
But there was fantasy and blah, 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 and this was all kind of the norm of the world.
Right. Okay. And one thing that's exciting about Tremontaine, and I feel this is not answering whatever the question was that you asked.
It's okay. I didn't remember
But
any
one thing that's
questions.
exciting is that we're now able to open up the world even further, and we've brought characters of color in. We found even more different kinds of sexualities to have, and there are
represent,
people from
That's the tagline now. Even more sexuality.
even more sexualities.
Now
And
with
chocolate.
people of color.
Now with people of color, yes.
So tell us how we get in on the cereal box, please, before you get out of here. How can we get involved?
You can come to our website, which is serialbox.com with an S.
That's right.
And you can find us there. We have an app, so if you go to the App Store and look for Serial Box Publishing, you'll find us there.
All right. and I can download all this stuff before I go on my vacation tomorrow. See you guys in a few weeks.
That's right.
All right, I'll come back a Serial
And
fan.
all of our pilot episodes are free, so you can try them out and see what you like.
Get you
Oh,
hooked.
I like
They'll
that.
get you hooked.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Serial Box team. We'll see you online at serialbox.com.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.